What oh boy. Also, hi Ghost, congrats on first. Here? Over there. But most importantly, why the hell are we playing the nonary game if the point of this place is to save us? Throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is a pretty weird way to protect them from a pandemic.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
We don't have enough information to make any real conclusions. I think we should see if we can find anything else.
Do it. More info. I had barely finished speaking before she took off for the magenta door. Hey, weren't you coming to the infirmary with me?
I've changed my mind. You can tell me about Quark later.
And with that... she gone. She was gone. Man. I let out a long, tired sigh and started off toward the infirmary. How's he doing?
He seems to be stable, as far as I can tell.
Still sleeping.
I see. Mind if I have a look?
Please, go ahead.
I made my way around the partition to the side of Quark's bed. The journal and... the journal and the thing Fi and I had talked about would definitely need to be addressed, but for the moment, the AB game was what I needed to concentrate on. Lives were at stake. 9. And Quarks. Those infected by radical sticks eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. If the journal was telling the truth, then as soon as the anesthetic wore off, Quark would go insane again. What if we weren't able to restrain him a second time? What if he managed to kill himself before we got to him? Or perhaps he'd just get out of the infirmary and go hide somewhere. On the other hand, it wasn't like we could keep anesthetizing him forever. There was only one way to save Quark, and that was with Exelavine. Unfortunately, Dio had stolen it. If we wanted to get it back, Clover and I would have to vote ally. But if I did, there was an excellent chance I would end up dead. The question was, then, what to do? Sacrifice myself to save Quark? Or keep quiet about the danger he was in to save myself? It was so faint, I almost didn't hear it.
Grandpa. Grandpa.
He shifted a little, then fell silent again. It was enough, though. What on earth had I been thinking? How could I have even considered letting a child die in my place? Suddenly, my cheeks felt hot with embarrassment and disgust. That I had considered letting Quark die even for a minute was pathetic. There was only one choice. There had only ever been one choice. No way was I going to leave Quark to die. My hands tightened into fists as I looked down at him. Any uncertainty I'd felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do.
Ten minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally. Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
Looks like it's almost time. You two should head back.
What about you?
Not going. I'm worried about Quark.
But you're a solo. If you don't vote...
I'll automatically ally. I know. I heard the voice on the intercom just like you.
What are you going to do if Kay and Alice vote betray?
Nothing, I suppose. Just means I lost that round. I'd just be voting ally anyway. You know who my opponents are, right? Alice only has one BP left. If I pick betray and they chose ally, I'd kill her. I'm not so desperate to escape that I'm gonna kill someone for it. And even if I was, I can't leave Quark behind. You see? Doesn't matter if I go into the AB room or not. My vote's the same either way.
Tenmyoji's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him to leave would have been pointless. Alright. Take care of Quark.
Of course. You worry about yourself.
Let's go.
Okay.
Luna and I headed out of the infirmary, leaving Tenmyoji and Quark behind. When we got to the warehouse, we found everyone else waiting for us. Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing. Hey, where's Dio?
Take a look at the doors.
They're all closed? When we came in here before, the one on the far right was open.
And that would mean...
That he went in, I guess.
Exactly.
That bastard. He'd probably been worried I might try and take the Exelavir from him by force, so he'd hidden himself in the AB room. What a coward. I'd made up my mind to choose Ally no matter what, but a part of me had still considered trying to jump Dio if he dropped his guard. Now he'd made sure I wouldn't get the chance to try.
Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh,
Luna explained Tenmyoji's choice.
I see. Well, I guess that means I don't have to worry about him picking betray.
right. What will you guys be choosing then?
Ally, of course.
Because my BP is 6, I assume.
Yes. As long as Tenmyoji votes ally, I can't choose betray. If I do, Kay's BP will go up to 9.
But what if he forces you?
You needn't worry. I would never do something so crass.
Really?
Of course.
Then you don't need to go in there.
Excuse me?
Alice can vote by herself. Then we don't have anything to worry about, right?
Well, I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't agree to that.
Why not?
I just can't. Shall we go, Alice?
Hey, hold on a minute there!
Kate continued briskly towards the AB room as if he simply hadn't heard fight. Alice scrambled to follow him, perhaps concerned that he would lock her out. Only seconds later, they disappeared into the third room from the left.
I hope Alice is going to be okay.
Well, there's nothing we can do now. If Kay told the truth, she'll be fine.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Time's almost up. Come on, Luna.
Right.
They headed off at a trot towards the second room from the right and were soon out of sight inside it. All right, Clover, time for us to go.
Oh, okay. Right behind you.
I sighed to myself and headed toward the leftmost AB room. Well, press the button.
What are you gonna do?
I don't really have a choice, do I? There's only one thing I can do. I'm going to choose Ally.
You can't! You'll die!
Well, you never know. Just because Dio told us to ally doesn't necessarily mean he's going to pick Betray.
Do you really think a jerk like that is going to choose Ally if he doesn't have to? No. No way! He's got 6 BP right now. If he picks Betray, then he'll have 9 points!
Well, what about you?
Huh?
You've got 6 BP too, right? Dio chose Ally and we choose Betray, then you'd have 6 BP, or 9 BP.
What? No, that's not... I didn't even realize that until you brought it up. I'm just trying to tell you that Dio is going to pick Betray. That's who he is.
And I'm trying to tell you that I've made up my mind. That's who I am. The only choice is Ally. It's the only chance we have to get that medicine back.
That's why Dio called you an IG. What makes you think he's going to give us the Accelavir, even if you do what he says?
Maybe he won't, but I can guarantee that he'll destroy it if I pick Betray. That's who he is.
Fine. If you aren't gonna listen to me, then I guess I don't have a choice. I'll be pushing that button.
Huh? Before I realized what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran toward the voting machine. No, stop! I snatched her by the arm and hauled her backward with all my strength.
Ow!
Sorry. Guess that was a little too hard, huh?
Hey! What do you think you're doing? You can't just throw a girl around like that.
Well, you're the one who tried to trick me.
But you're gonna die! Dio's going to kill you! You can't do this! I don't want you to die.
Ten seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Thanks. It means a lot to hear you say that, Clover. I gave her my best reassuring nod and turned to face the polling machine.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, it actually gives me the choice still.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Clover and I stepped out of the AB room. For several long moments, we just stared at one another. Words weren't necessary. Everything she would have tried to tell me I could already see in her eyes. Let's go. I turned and headed towards the results screen.
Sigma.
I heard her behind me, her voice barely louder than a whisper. The choice was already made. I stood up straight and kept walking. Dang. Goodbye, Sigma. We knew you well. And it looks like Kay must have done something to Alice.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
What?
Sigma's BP is...
Negative.
Suddenly, all eyes were on me. I felt their weight, but stood my ground. It was the result I had expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soparil. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. That's interesting. Is this not the same thing that happened before? And we thought it was, the drug, or the Radical 6? My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Hey! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Oh no! Oh no, oh no, oh no!
Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of lead. My eyes had lost the ability to focus, but I could make out a blur that had to be Dio in front of the number 9 door. Damn it. You'll keep your promise. God damn it. I groaned and with a Herculean effort lifted my head and then my sluggish body off the floor. Every step was a battle, and whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. But remember, in the white door, we started time slowing down. Though I guess this isn't time slowing, really. But somehow I forced myself ahead, a single thought burning in my mind. I would reach Dio. Then at last... the smudge of color faded into a recognizable person. I threw out my hand in front of him. Give it back. Give me the medicine.
Give it back? Don't act like it's yours. Aren't we supposed to share everything we find here?
I don't care. Just hand me the medicine.
What are you talking about?
We found the Excelavir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it.
What?
You mean he has it? Right now?
Yeah. So?
I kept my promise. Now, you... I wasn't a fool. I knew the kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the Excelavir. If he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat. I gathered as much of my mind as I could and got ready to attack.
Fine.
Not quite what I'd been expecting.
Here.
With a shrug, he pulled the vial out of his pocket and tossed it toward me. I caught it and pulled the tiny glass bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. The label said, unmistakably, Excelavir. It was the real thing. Clover, take it. I held it out toward her.
Right. Of course.
She quickly tucked it into her pocket. Good. Now at least Quark will be alright. With that, the last of my strength left me, and I dropped to my knees.
Sigma! Are you okay? Sigma! Sigma!
I guess this is it.
First is the Soparil, which put you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubocurarine is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles.
Why don't I remember this? Like, I know we died, but I don't remember the 9 minutes later. But maybe this was explained in the first part, which we don't ever go all the way back to.
I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
9 minutes. Once the Soparil was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxant followed it. About 4 minutes had already passed, which left me with 5, give or take a little. In 5 minutes, I would be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? I gave a raspy, quiet laugh, even with death staring me in the face. I seemed to be determined to struggle right up until the very end. Okay, Sigma. You can do this. Clinging desperately to what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solutions. How could I save myself? How? There had to be something. Every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. There's always another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. Think. There was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life yet. There had to be an answer. Are we gonna remember that we had our arm cut off? Oh, no. Not gonna remember that. We're just gonna get a to be continued. Boop. Now we get to do the bad choice. Start.
What are you gonna do?
Okay. I'm gonna run an ad while I get quickly through this to the choosing betray. So feel free to get up, stretch, grab a drink, and we'll be back shortly.
You can't. You'll die. Do you really know? He's got. If he pick. Huh? Well, I'm just trying. That's why. What makes. Fine. If you want. I'll be. Ow! Hey! What do you think? You can't just. But. You're gonna deals. You can't.
10 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Yippee. Alright, welcome back everyone.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Clover and I walked slowly out of the AB room. Dio glanced over at us as he exited his own room. I looked away before he could make eye contact.
Sigma, why? After all that stuff you said. I mean, it's not like I'm criticizing you. I think you made the right decision.
Sorry.
You don't need to apologize. I think I would have chosen betray if I was in your position. We'll find another way, all right? We just have to keep an eye on Dio. As soon as he gives us an opening, we take it. And I'm sure Alice will help us too.
Did you tell her?
It's okay. We can trust Alice. There's no way she told him. Anyway, let's go check the results.
Yeah. I think Kay's not a bad person because he didn't try to escape last time.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Hey, what the hell is this?
Sorry, I decided to choose Betray.
Oh, so you don't care what happens to Quark?
What kind of a cold-hearted bastard are you?
Jeez.
Please, just give it back.
Hey, Sigma? What are you talking about?
We found the Accelavir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it. What? You mean he has it? Right now?
Nah, I don't have it.
What?
Well, I won't have it in about 2 seconds.
The moment the words left his mouth, I knew what he planned to do. No, don't. I leapt toward him as I spoke, but it was already too late. Dio snatched the vial out of his pocket, brought it up, and threw it to the ground.
No!
You bastard.
What are you doing?
A promise is a promise. If you'd chosen Ally, this never would have happened. You want to blame someone? Blame yourselves.
I'd had enough. Something snapped in my brain. Bastard. Grah. I let out a guttural roar and leapt forward, only to be stopped short by a firm hand on my own. It was Phi.
Hold it.
Why are you stopping me?
Because this isn't the time for that.
Huh? What do you mean this isn't the time for?
Look at the number 9 door.
Kay. Kay was indeed standing in front of the door. What is he?
No!
9. His BP is 9.
What?
Suddenly, we were all running toward Kay and the number 9 door. I don't know what you mean, Gizmo. We'll get all the endings eventually. Kay, what the hell do you think you're doing?
What am I doing? Well, that should be obvious, but if you insist, I am attempting to leave.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I assure you, I would do no such thing. I am perfectly serious. After a rational assessment of the facts, I have concluded that this is the wisest course of action. What is currently our highest priority? The answer is, of course, to save Quark. He must be taken to a hospital as soon as possible. For that to happen, one of us must escape and call for help. Currently, the only one of us capable of doing so is myself. That is why I intend to escape.
And leave us all behind.
Unavoidable, but as I said, I do intend to call for help.
Couldn't you have at least waited until the next round? Then you could have raised Quark's BP to 9 and taken him with you.
And what would happen if Dio was Quark's opponent in the next round? I have no illusions about what Dio would do. This is the most logical choice.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Wait! Where's Alice?
Ah, yes. Alice is in the AB room. She has collapsed, but you needn't be concerned. She is only sleeping.
Oh no! What did you do to Alice?
You will need to ask her yourself. I must take my leave.
Hey! God damn it! Wait!
Poor Dio. Dio charged at Kate, but the larger man easily sidestepped him and tumbled nimbly through the door just before it closed.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
I think he probably just knocked her out. We've seen Kay do it before. He knocked Figma out. It doesn't look like anything unlocked, Gizmo. I don't know what you mean. Everything still dead ends. Oh, you just want me to go down this path? Or it's this. Probably this. There is 2 there.
All right, please pay attention, everyone.
What's the question mark next to Dio? Oh, can do that one, I suppose. Why not? Alice. The first thing I saw when I stepped through the door was the blossom of red on her chest. It felt as if I'd walked straight into a brick wall. I stopped short, my body refusing to move. No, why did this happen? I forced one shaking foot forward, then the next. My legs began to buckle, and I put a hand against the wall to steady myself as my heart thundered in my chest. Calm down, calm down. This looks pretty bad, but you don't actually know anything yet. Except for her bracelet being on the ground. Yeah, that's right. Maybe it's not too late. Maybe we can still save her. Then at last I pressed my fingers to her neck, and those hopes were dashed. No pulse. Clearly she wasn't breathing either. Her pupils had dilated hideously, making her face seem somehow inhuman. No. No, it's not true. Why? Then I noticed it. All the blood must have distracted me, but now I saw that there was a scalpel buried in her chest. Judging by the position of its handle, she had been stabbed through the heart. I felt a sympathetic twinge of pain in my own chest, and my stomach lurched. Bile and hopelessness rose up in my throat. I stood, hands balled tight into white-knuckled fists, and took a deep breath. All around the room were the rest of the Nonary Games participants, except, of course, for Quark. I wanted to ask which one of them had killed her. Even if it had been one of them, though, there was no way they'd answer. All I could do was stare at each one of them in turn, asking myself, is this person a murderer? The looks they traded with one another suggested that I wasn't the only person wondering if they were standing next to a killer. An unsettling silence filled the room. Clover was the first to speak.
Who did this? Say something! Answer me!
Please, Clover, calm down. We don't even know if she was killed.
Then what happened? An accident? You think a scalpel just dropped from the ceiling and stabbed her?
Cool it, kid.
You did it, didn't you?
Are you nuts?
Then who did it? Who killed her?
Clover, even if we assume that she was murdered, that doesn't necessarily mean the killer was one of us, does it?
Wait a minute. You went into the AB room with Alice during the last round, didn't you? Something happened in there, didn't it?
No, nothing happened.
Don't lie to me! There's no way Alice would just run off like that! She wouldn't leave me! Something happened! If she was going to leave, she'd tell me! She...
Hey, Clover. Don't you think just assuming Alice was murdered is jumping the gun a little bit?
How can you look at her and say that? Scalpels don't just stab people all by themselves! Oh, I see. I get it now. You're all in on it, aren't you? It wasn't just one killer. It was 6! No wonder you're so anxious to say this wasn't a murder.
Clover, please, just settle down.
Fine. Show me some proof then. Prove to me in 10 seconds that you didn't murder my friend, or I'm going to kill every last one of you bastards! You're all going to die just like she did!
Hey, hold on a minute.
9, 8, 7,
Clover!
6, 5, 4,
Clover!
3, 2, 1.
Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. Suddenly, Clover moved. I leapt forward and clamped my hand around her wrist.
What are you doing?
Clover, listen to me. Alice wasn't killed. Nobody murdered her. She took her own life.
What? No! No! There's no way she'd do that!
It's true. She stabbed herself in the heart with the scalpel.
Alright, where'd she get the scalpel then?
Well,
I did hear someone come into the infirmary right after the AB game ended.
Was that before I showed up?
Yes. I got up to see who it was, but they were already gone. It could have been Alice.
so she could have taken the scalpel then.
Yes, I think so.
You're lying! This is all a lie! It has to be!
It's not. It's the truth.
Then why did she do it? Why would Alice kill herself?
She probably didn't have a reason.
What?
She'd been infected with Radical 6. That's what killed her.
But you just said she killed herself! Just tell me the truth!
I am.
Then prove it! Your 10 seconds ran out a long time ago. So if you don't have any proof...
I do. I have proof. There was a journal in the lab, wasn't there, Kay? Show it to me.
Journal?
It would have been in the safe.
Ah, well, Alice would have it then.
Right, can you... I don't feel right touching a dead woman's body. Could you take a look?
Sure.
She doesn't have many places to hide a journal, I'm gonna be honest there. Her hands barely shook as she quickly searched through Alice's clothing. It was only seconds before she stopped. Slowly and carefully, she drew something out. There it was. The journal. I turned to hand it to me, but I shook my head. You read it. It's in Latin, I can't make heads or tails of it. She cocked an eyebrow at me and flipped the small book open. When she looked back up at me, it was both suspicion and surprise.
Yeah, it is Latin. But translating this is impossible. It's full of words I've never heard before. I can barely understand any of this.
Page 216.
Huh?
Turn to page 216. You should be able to read that one. Fi's frown deepened, but she did as I suggested. I watched her eyes quickly scan the page before looking up at me with renewed suspicion.
Yeah, I can read this page. How did you know? No, wait. How did you even know there was a journal in the lab?
I just knew.
You just knew. Come on.
Look, just read it, okay? Clover wants to hear what it has to say. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Give me a moment to look it over.
After a few moments of whispering to herself in Latin, Fi began to translate, paraphrasing the contents of the journal. Radical 6 reduces the processing speed of the brain by a factor of the root of 1/6. One of the symptoms of Radical 6 infection is an overwhelming urge to commit suicide. Research has shown that it would probably respond to the right sort of antiviral medication, but no one has been able to develop one yet. Nearby towns are filled with the corpses of people who took their own lives. The uninfected have only barely managed to survive and have been sent into underground shelters supervised by the government.
Oh Lord, please. Let their future be a bright one.
Fi shut the journal with a soft slap. A sickly silence drifted through the room. The newspaper article, the recording, the conversation with Tenmyoji, and now this journal entry. There was no more hiding from the truth. The pandemic had already happened. All of Clover's rage suddenly dissipated, and she collapsed to the floor, tears pouring down her face. None of us had the heart to say anything, and for several long moments the only sound in the room was Clover's sob.
We've got a problem. It's almost time for the primary doors to open.
Yeah, only 10 minutes left.
Sorry, but I'll be taking Alice's bracelet. Vi and I won't be able to open the secondary door without it.
So she was a magenta pear, just like me.
Just now noticed that, did ya?
As he spoke, Dio grabbed the bracelet off the floor and dropped it into his pocket.
What color is your bracelet, Luna?
I'm a cyan pear.
You are part of Clover's pair, then. That means the two of you will need to come with me.
I guess so. Come on now, Clover. We need to go. Alice would want you to survive, wouldn't she? You'll never be able to figure out why all this happened if you stay here. Please.
You're right. Alice, I promise I'll find out what happened to you. I'll figure out who Zero really is. I mean, if you'd never been locked up in here, you never would have... This never would have happened. So it's like Zero killed you. I promise. I'll avenge you.
Clover stood up and rubbed her hands roughly over her eyes, smearing tears across her cheeks. Then with a determined frown, she strode out of the room.
Alright, we're out of time. Move, people.
You guys head on down to the Floor B warehouse. We'll catch up with you later.
Oh, right. Quark's got the yellow bracelet, which makes him your partner, right?
Yeah, can't exactly leave him behind.
Without him, we'd end up stuck in the AB room.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's go. We'll see the rest of you once we've picked up Quark.
Very well. Until we meet again.
Quark! You're awake!
Yeah, I just woke up. Hey, where's everybody else?
Oh god. Quark.
Worrisome. No, wait, is this the timeline when we got the Accelavir? I can't tell. Tenmyoji's entire body shook with emotion as he drew closer to him. He cautiously laid a trembling hand on the boy's shoulder, almost as if he were afraid Quark would disappear in a puff of smoke the moment he was touched. When Quark proved to indeed be corporeal, Tenmyoji let out a cry and threw his arms around him.
What's wrong? Are you okay, Grandpa?
It's nothing. Nothing's wrong. I'm fine.
But...
Quark gave him a puzzled look. Tenmyoji didn't even notice his face was a mixture of happiness and relief, and I could see tears twinkling from the wrinkled corners of his eyes. That doesn't look like tears twinkling, that looks like he's sobbing. All traces of his usual gruff stoicism had vanished. I didn't want to interrupt such a happy reunion, but we were running out of time. Still, Tenmyoji deserves a few minutes. I left them alone. At last, Tenmyoji seemed to recover and shifted from an embrace to a protective arm around the shoulder.
So, how are you feeling?
Feeling? Well, okay, I guess. Was I sick or something?
No. You're not sick. If you feel fine, then you're fine.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I should never have gotten you involved in all this.
What are you apologizing for?
Sorry.
You're doing it again. Are you sure you're okay? So, where's everybody else? Mr. Sigma's here, but he's just been standing there looking kinda silly.
I gave him a nervous smile and explained about the white doors. I got the feeling Tenmyoji didn't want Quark to know about Radical 6, so I avoided any mention of it. Alice's death was something I also left for later.
Okay, that makes sense. That means I'm on a team with you guys, right?
Right.
So, these white doors, when are they gonna open?
Well, we've got about 4 minutes until the primary doors open.
Oh, that's not good. We need to hurry. Come on. How do we get to the Floor B warehouse?
Okay, we're going.
Follow me. I'm very confused. This line's supposed to end shortly, but this kinda seems like we got lots more. It doesn't end for a bit. Huh. But this is the last box for it, unless it's gonna expand like it did in the first game. It expands, I see.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
You're late. Where the hell have you been? Quark?
You're awake!
And fully recovered, apparently.
I am also relieved to see you well again.
Me too.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
I looked out at the others from behind Quark and held a warning finger up to my lips. There were a few momentarily raised eyebrows and some nervous coughing as everyone suddenly fell silent.
Huh?
From Quark's perspective, it must have seemed especially odd.
Anyway, there isn't any time left. We need to hurry.
But there are 3 doors.
Which team goes in which door?
All of the doors are identical for this round. I believe it doesn't matter which team uses which door.
Then we're taking the one in the middle.
Why that one?
You want a kill shot, you aim for the center. You're more likely to just miss the extremities.
That logic is flawed and more than slightly disturbing. Unfortunately, I don't really have a counter-argument, so center door it is.
I suppose we could go with the one on the left. Is that okay? I mean, we could go with the other one if you want.
Kay and Clover only nodded.
Well, there's only one left.
Nice. We haven't gone through a white door in forever.
The door on the right.
Any objections? All right, let's move.
30 seconds remain until chromatic doors close.
Hurry it up, Vi. This thing's gonna close.
I know.
It's time we were going as well.
Right. Sure.
Come Come on, guys, there's no time to waste.
Right behind you.
Let's go!
2, 1, 0.
Okay, I'm gonna run the ad quickly, so feel free to get up, stretch, grab a drink, and we'll be back shortly. Tired. Welcome back.
Chromatic doors closing.
Director's office. We've been here before. What's this place?
Probably the office of whoever it is that's running this place.
It said director's office on the door.
So this might be Zero Senior's office.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Well, which is it?
Why the hell would I know?
We should look around. If this really is Zero Senior's room, there might be some clues.
Yeah, you got a point. Let's get started then. See a way out. So we got oh. Yeah, it did get expanded, you're right. It goes on quite a bit longer. What's this? I checked it out earlier, but I think it's just a business card holder. Business card holder? Yeah, the file where you put business cards. They've all got these weird shapes on the back. I think maybe if you line them up in a particular way, then you'll get some sort of hint. Place them in the correct order. Well, I guess we can give it a shot. Ooh. Huh? I have to... This is pain. What? That one. Heck, it's flopped. line up very well. No, that's not what I need. Oh, there's a 3. I wonder, could these just be in alphabetical? It kind of seems like a pain to be flipping back and forth. I'll come back to it. I don't get it. Maybe you don't have enough info. Dang, who would have thought? Yeah, it's not opening. Is it locked? Yeah, it looks like it. I don't see anything that looks like a keyhole, though. There's this diamond-shaped hole in the middle, though. Do you think we're supposed to stick something in there? Probably. Well, what do we have here? Haven't seen a computer this old in a while. There's something on the screen. A lion eating a hamburger? I really don't think so. I think the lion's got 2 heads. Looks like a monster from Greek myth or something. Looks like it's asking for an ID and password underneath the lion. Huh. The keyboard doesn't seem to be working though. I guess we can't enter anything then. Oh, okay, clicking the desktop does that too. A balloon. You want it, Quark? I don't need a balloon. I'm not a kid. Really? How old are you? I'm 20. What? No way. Gotcha. Dang. This is an eye scanner, isn't it? What is this? One of the training machines you see on the late-night infomercials? I think it's a facial recognition device. A what? You put your hands on either side and hold your face in front of that lens. Then it checks your face against whatever it's got in its database. Oh, huh. How did you know that? I'm in the salvation business. Every so often one of these babies shows up. Doesn't look like it's turned on. Yeah, nothing happens when I put my face in front of it. There's something to the right of the lens over there that looks an awful lot like a keyhole. If we had a key for it, you think maybe we could turn it on? I assume so. What? A credenza. Interesting. There's a screen built into the credenza. There's something on it. Starting up. Please wait. What is it starting? Beat me. All my money says that just means it won't do squat if you mess with it right now. How about you go have a look at something else? Haha, now this is brandy. Pierre Perrin's 200-year-old reserve. You can tell that just by looking at it. I can smell it. That's some nose you've got there. Here, just let me have a taste. I don't think so. How can you be so cruel? The left section has a laser shining across it. Huh? Well, putting the expensive brandy on the coaster didn't seem to do anything. The laser beam just went through it. Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? If you keep trying it with that laser, you're gonna ruin the brandy. pull it out of there right now. I mean, I didn't mean to do that anyways. Wow, a globe. That's helpful. Hey, a globe. Doesn't it look kinda weird? I think someone glued a piece of paper onto it. Let's see if we can get it off then. Okay. I would not have assumed there was a piece of paper on there. Interesting. A suit of armor. Well, it's not really a full suit of armor, is it? I mean, it's missing the helmet. So what would we call it? I'm not sure. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it a suit of armor, okay? Suit yourself. Anyway, it's got some red paint on the neck and shoulder area. Are you sure it's paint? It could be blood. Hey, don't say stuff like that. Being in a room with a headless suit of armor is creepy, no. A headless suit of armor. Okay. What's this? Is it one of those vacuuming robots you see on TV? You got me. Looks like a machine of some sort. Well, is it turned on? Don't think so. Let's see if... Nope, no look. Huh, nothing. Might as well give up. Yeah, let's go look at something else. We can always come back to it later. Right? Huh. This is cheap brandy. Alcohol this bag shouldn't even exist. So I think it's best if I dispose of it safely with my... I'll be taking that. Tablet. Wonderful. A bookshelf. There's some paint inside it. I tried putting the good brandy on the toaster, but... I don't think that's where it goes. No. I think the red paint on this bottle has something to do with the red section of the wall. Maybe it's part of a letter. I can't tell from here. Maybe if we look at it from a different angle. There's red paint on the wall. Looks like there's an outlet right next to it. Why would somebody put an outlet this high up? Well, it's probably not an electrical outlet. What is it then? I think you're supposed to insert something into it. Dang, I can't put the short spear in there? What a shame. Okay, so that obviously goes there somehow. Ha! It opened. There's something in here. Is it a key? It is. Where was the key at again? Here. Oh, the light on the top turned on. Looks like you managed to turn it on. Alright, it's on now then. Well, why don't you... Why don't we give it a face to look at? One of ours? Yeah. None of our faces work. Face not recognized. Gender mismatch. What does it mean by gender mismatch? Maybe it's saying that it needs a girl? But there's only 3 of us and none of us are women. Well, maybe if we dress Quark up like a girl. No, wait. Why don't you dress up then? No. Just thinking about that is making me want to puke. Besides, do you see a wig or makeup or anything around here? How would any of us dress up like a woman anyways? Dude, you totally want to do it. No, I don't. Hey, wait a minute. Maybe... What is it? Did you have an idea? Well, it can't hurt to try it. Yeah, definitely worth a shot. How long has he had that in his pocket? Looks like a piece of paper. No, it's a picture. Oh yeah, I remember him looking at that in the infirmary. I guess it's worth a shot. Oh, okay then. Whoa. Oh my gosh. It's like we're in the villain's secret lair. Huh, didn't think that would happen. I guess the recognition worked. Yeah. I'd like this helmet, please. Look. Oh, hey, there's the helmet for the suit of armor. There's a lever next to the chair. Why don't you try to pull it? What's going to happen? Come on, is it really that hard to figure out? Think it's going to go back into the wall? Pull the damn thing and find out. Alright. Guess I should start by sitting in the chair. Then I pull the lever. Here I go. Gizmo, we're not doing hints yet. What are you saying? Looks like there's something on the table. Is that a battery? There's a P painted on the wall in red paint. Wow. A P. That's something else. Okay. If I pull it again, the chair should turn around again. Ah, whatever. Not like I have a choice. Ha. So, who is this girl? Hey, stop. She's just a girl. Is she your granddaughter? No. Well, who is she then? Fine, you've already seen her after all. Her name is Akane Kurashiki. I've been looking for her for a long time. Why? Because she's his first love. No. You've got it wrong. But you carry that picture everywhere. I don't think I've ever seen you leave it somewhere. And when you don't think anybody's watching, you talk to it. I've seen you do it. Huh. Didn't mark you for a hopeless romantic, Tenmyoji. Look, it's not about love. And I'm not a goddamn romantic. Okay. You don't want to talk about her, I get it. I want to talk about her. Tell us about Akane. Might as well put this here. Yes, that suits him. There we go. The paint on the helmet and armor line up, but I can't really tell what it is from this angle. Looks kinda warped. Probably because it's only from the chair. Which means I need this balloon pop. There's a balloon in the middle of the room. Okay. I Skip dialogue. You must be feeling pretty tired, Tenmyoji. All the excitement can't be easy for someone of your age. Why don't you sit down for a bit? I'm not so old I need the likes of you worrying about me. That's so... Well, I think I'll just have a seat then. That doesn't look like a letter, I'm sorry to break it to you. Huh? What's that? You think maybe it's an eye watching us? I don't think so. I think it's a target. Like a bullseye? Yeah, you're supposed to shoot it. Shoot it with what? Don't be an idiot. You've already got what you need. Okay, I'll just use the slingshot to... Whoa, hold on there. Do you actually have something to fire? Oh, no, I guess I don't. What are you going to shoot it with then? With mind bullets. It's called telekinesis, Sigma. Anyway, I figured that'd slip your mind like everything else. Here, I grabbed this off the floor earlier. Take it. Oh, this is the key we used to start the facial recognition device. Thanks, man. I guess I don't have to use my special psychic powers after all. Here goes. Aim in. 3, 2, 1. Fire. Whoa, nice aim. You got it right in the center. Wow, impressive. Something is wrong with my mouth. It doesn't register sometimes. P-L... Still don't think that makes any letter. Probably have to put the books in a certain area. But I don't have a clue. I don't think it's a callback to it. I think the games are connected somehow. For all we know, Tenmyoji could be the main character from the other game. We don't know what year we're in. Oh, what do we have to mess with? We have this. Maybe it belongs in here instead. Bonk. No, you. Look, the laser beam's been bending all around inside the bottle. Yeah, it made a parallelogram. Wow. Yippee. Eventually, Gizmo. Something. Looks like you got the tablet to turn on. Look, something showed up on the screen. No, you Fate, you hydrate. You're bad at hydrating. Enter a 4-digit password. Cool. Dang. Oh, I don't get it. It's gotta be these books, but I don't know the order. Okay, it is an H. Maybe not. It could be. Yes, I know it's a credenza. I haven't looked at this yet. Man, this safe is really big. There's gotta be, like, $100 billion in there. You're such a kid. Maybe they're just hiding something they really don't want people to see. Like, some Oh no, why? I'm not sure I like the way you said that. Let's just open it up and find out. I don't think. See, is it locked? Yeah. There's a circular input panel on the top of the handle. It looks like the one on the pressure exchange chamber's door. So if we just do the same thing we did then... Alright, let's do it. Oh, it is in here. So, white to blue. This could be wrong. Green to pink. Okay, orange isn't used, thankfully. Yellow is going to purple. Nope, this is wrong already. Didn't want to go completely out. I think this is wrong still. Purple's going to yellow. Oh, nope, maybe it's not. Good job. You did it. Nice work. Very impressive. Let's have a look inside. $100 billion. Videos. Yeah. Sorry guys, looks like all we've got is a binder and a deer. So a binder. What the hell is this? Is Zero just making fun of us? Alright, so there's a binder in the safe. It's got 2 pieces of paper in it. Page 1 of the business card instructions. Yay! Page 2. The deer's looking at me, Grandpa. Look up, it's just a fake. Looks like you were right. Cool. Do I have any info on how to set up these books? Done with this. Okay. Bob, Christian. Oh no. Okay. Neat. So I'm gonna separate that from now. Oh, there's that. And then we got... The women are requesting the following positions. Carol likes being on the left. Okay. Anne prefers to be near Bob. Okay. Ellen would like to be above Anne. Okay. Sophie likes to be on the very right. Katie likes to be next to Michael. Okay, so first... I really wish the blue was darker. Then again, this red is also kind of hard to see. Heck knows why. I think my mouth is dying. Of course, Gizmo. This is probably Carol. No. This is Anne. Because near Bob. Ellen could be in either of these spots because it's above Anne. This would be Carol. Is there someone missing? Did I mess this up actually? We only have 5 hints. So there's a name that's gonna be missing. Well, I'm gonna put this here because this could be Ellen or Ellen. This could be Sophie. This could be Sophie. That could be Kate, or that could be Kate. Okay. So, put the ones we know at least. Bob, go there, and go there. Chris John. Tony Ian. Heck. Mouse, please. Kara goes there. Michael goes there. It didn't tell us about Lola. Book 3, 4. Do I actually need to get them in the right order? And it'll tell me something. Heck. Fine. Bob and Chris John. Sad. Fine. But it's ad time. I'm gonna run that quickly, so feel free to get up, stretch, grab a drink, and we'll be back shortly. Might as well continue, I suppose. Tony, Carol, and Bill. But Ian had one complete. I guess Kate goes there. Welcome back. Am I wrong with what Kate is? Or Carol? I look kinda vicious. What was your hint again? Carol likes being on the left. Since Ellen needs to be above Anne needs to be in that second spot. No, both of those are right. Pretty sure that's gonna be wrong. It's not. It's not too bad. surprisingly. Oh, that's because it's... Okay, no. Sophie does go there. So it's... Is this one actually wrong? Is Anne in the wrong spot? Near Bob. No. I don't know, Gizmo. Can you say something without actually giving it away? This middle one needs to swap. Okay. I think this is right. Then let's look at the other side. Maybe the shapes look like something now. Okay, let's have a look at the back of the business cards. Book 334. Wow. I guessed that already. It says book 334. What does it mean? Well, a book is a bunch of pieces of paper that are bound together with... I know what a book is. Wow, it's an H. Who would have thought? N and E. Oh, okay. I see. I'm bad at word scrambles. I'm surprised I got that. You did it. Good work, Sigma. Take a look at the screen. Wow, green. Huh? What's this? Looks like a password for the safe. Awesome. Now we can open it. I'm guessing that spells out a different word in there too. Or it's a rectangle. Oh, now this is available. Huh? It changed. That looks like a puzzle. It is. It's a silhouette puzzle called a tangram. Move and rotate the triangle. Okay. I have no idea what this is. Let's give it a shot. I believe I am making that. No. And something else? What? You don't know how to hint at this? Is it not making the parallelogram? Gizmo trying to confuse me. I see how it is. Too bad I'm bad with shapes. Heck, I need a new mouse apparently. I guess it is kind of old. I do have that. I just need to rotate this right. Like that. Wow, I know my shapes. Now it needs to go that way. Oh, this is fun. Okay, this is actually gonna be probably around there. Please don't be pixel precise, otherwise this is gonna be even more thing. What do you mean? I made it. Don't mind this piece, it's not there. Maybe this piece is supposed to be the outside. But can I do something then? That's not looking quite right. Triangle can't fill that. Triangle fills that, I think. I don't know how you're gonna give a hint on this, Gizmo. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's pretty close. Maybe. Too bad I can't fill that area now. Versus... maybe. Something like that. No, now I just have a space there. No, that's too small. Sure, go ahead, you can try. There, I'm done. Parallelogram. Parallelogram. Two largest stay as they start. Parallelogram. Those sides must stay touched. Well, then I can't really rotate them. Kind of. I suppose I could rotate them a different way. puzzles are a lot harder than the first game. Like this, maybe? For sure, parallelogram. Fun times. You can do it. I don't know about that one, of course. Yeah, no, my brain too much for it. I'm gonna look it up. Check that. I've done enough puzzles. What are we on? Last virtue. Where's the details? I'm looking it up. I'm not put all the weird puzzles together. Bonk. No, no bonk. Why would you bonk me? That's kind of rude, Gizmo. And of course, now I found it. Tip facing north. Oh, I think that's what I got there. Okay. This person should have included pictures, heck. Nice. That's my kind of art. I love it. Okay. Now they let you flip between spots. And I avoid spoilers, unlike Gizmo. Tisk tisk. It's ad time, I'ma run it. So feel free to get up, stretch, grab a drink, and we'll be back shortly. triangle here. One like that. And a square there. Heck, stop grabbing everything else. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Gizmo. That will be the solution. But apparently not. It's not perfect enough. Stop. I knew it was gonna be. Gotta do it perfect here. Thank you. Finally. Oh yeah, who's the man? Not me. Heck that. That was amazing. How'd you do it? That puzzle was really hard. Well done, Sigma. That was pretty impressive. But what do we get? Look, there's something on the screen. I-I-L-P. What does that mean? Ilp. Phew, looks like it worked. Good job. That was awesome. The screen changed. Star, moon, moon. Hey, it looks different than before. The symbols are different and they're in different places. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to click it. A safe just like before, there's got to be a way to open it. Should we just punch in the password? Why don't you try and find out? Good job, it opened. Good work. There was no way I was gonna get that. That was a difficult puzzle. Sun. I bet Ghost would have got it though. Ghost is smart. Here, it's open. Looks kinda empty this time. There's only 2 things in here. First we've got the AV room keys. Oh, these must be the star cards they were talking about. There are 2 of them. You guys take one and I'll take the other. Right, we're a pair, so we only need one for the 2 of us. And the other thing is the key, as usual. Yes, now we can get out of here. Great, no point in sitting around. Let's go. Still never got anything with this. An old computer, the keyboard doesn't seem to work. by computer. The door lock, it says lock right now. You guys ready? Yeah. Go for it. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Whoa, Dio's not gonna open up the AB rooms again?
No! Damn it!
What's wrong?
I left something in the director's office.
What was it?
The picture. How could I forget it?
Oh yeah, we must have set it down after using the face recognition thing.
Yeah, I'm going back. You two go on ahead to the warehouse.
I want to come with you.
Me too.
Nah, that's fine. Why don't you head back to the warehouse, Sigma? The others are probably already waiting.
Alright. I'll see you two later then.
Right.
Bye, Mr. Sigma.
Suspicious. I watched them jog off toward the blue door. And then they were gone. Guess I should be getting back then. I stepped into the warehouse to find all the other teams already there. Kay and Luna, Vi and Clover, and Dio. The moment Dio spotted me, he dashed over to the rightmost AB room and slid his card through the reader. Really?
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
As he turned to look at me, I swore I saw a flash of a smoke ring.
There. Happy? This time I waited for you to get back before I opened it. You see? I can be considerate.
But Tenmyoji and Quark aren't here.
Yeah, where are they?
I guess they forgot something back in the room we found. They ran back to grab it real quick.
And they'll be here in a few minutes. No big deal.
While we waited, we exchanged information about the rooms we'd investigated. Unfortunately, none of it seemed very useful. None of us had found anything, and we were no closer to unraveling any of the increasing number of mysteries we were faced with. With that discussion exhausted, we sat down to wait. Before long, 20 minutes had passed since Dio opened the door, and Tenmyoji and Quark were nowhere in sight.
Don't you think they're taking a little long?
Yes, I'm getting worried. What if something happened to them?
I'll go have a look.
Then I shall accompany you.
Nah, I'll be fine by myself. It's not that far away.
Just don't look into the abyss too long, or you might become a monster.
I don't think... Okay. Look, I'm just going to the director's office. I'll be right back. No big deal. Right, see you guys later. I gave a quick goodbye wave and stepped out of the warehouse. We're gonna find them both dead. Heck. Huh? That's odd. There's nobody here. The picture's gone, though. Tenmyoji and Cork must have been here then. I laid out the floor B map. They must have taken the door that faces the warehouse. After that, they probably went through the warehouse and out the blue door to the elevator. Yeah, that's a much shorter route. On the other hand, I came through the red door, which is kind of the long way around. Huh. Looks like we managed to miss each other perfectly. Well, this was a huge waste of time. Shoot, might as well head back, I suppose. I'd packed up the map and was headed toward the door when... Huh? There was a light on where there hadn't been a light before. What? Why's that thing on? We messed with it earlier, but nothing seemed to work. Felt a sudden wave of inexplicable, nauseating dread. The light stared at me. I swallowed and edged cautiously toward it. The machine was in arm's reach now. I stretched my hand out toward it slowly.
So, you finally made it.
No, you're...
I am Zero. I was the one who brought you here. You undoubtedly have as many questions for me as there are stars in the sky. As you can see, however, this is only a recording. I will therefore be unable to directly answer any questions. Ask if you wish, but I cannot respond.
Ugh. I considered taking a swing at him, but decided that was spectacularly futile, and kept my bald fist at my side.
Now, where to begin? There are many things I wish to tell you, but unfortunately, our time is limited. As such, the information I can provide is also limited. I have chosen two things of great importance to tell you. First, I will tell you about termites. In retrospect, I suppose that's a rather odd thing to say. I imagine you look rather bewildered right now. Perfectly understandable. The person who kidnapped you and threatened you with death is lecturing you about insects. I suspect it hardly seems fair. Nonetheless, this is very important. In a way, it will determine your fate. So I ask that you listen carefully. Have you ever seen a termite mound? They are splendid structures. Some might even call them works of art. Termites are natural architects, and their mounds are both structurally sound and make excellent use of space. So, are they following some sort of plan as they build? Are there termite blueprints, detailing which room goes where? No, of course not. Each termite is simply an oblivious cog in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of termite DNA. It is doubtful an individual termite has any idea what its contributions are helping to create. But a human does. We can appreciate the elegant forms of their alien cathedrals. We can see the simple beauty of their perfect functionality. We can understand the splendid planning of their structure. In other words, only an intelligence of a higher order can understand the beauty of what the termite builds. Now, consider humans. Why are we alive? Why do we love and give birth? Why do we create? From where do our cultures spring? There are many theories, but no one knows the truth. We are oblivious cogs in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of human DNA. No doubt you see now what this analogy is supposed to illustrate. Yes, I mean to say humans are not different from termites. We trudge through our lives with no greater understanding of our ultimate goal. You might say we don't understand what we're building. Only an intelligence of a higher order than ours can understand what we're doing. Imagine how we might look to such an intelligence. We may be building some structure so perfect and elegant, we can't even perceive it. Whatever it is, we've likely been building it on a dimension just above the ones we know since time immemorial. If we are like the termites, then what we've created is almost certainly something of tremendous beauty. And you are about to catch a glimpse of it. Or have you already? Well, that's enough on that subject, I think. Consider what I've said.
Interesting.
Now, let's move on to the second topic. It is somewhat more immediately meaningful to your life, and, in fact, the lives of several billion other people. I realize this is rather sudden, but I have a password for you. It is the password to disarm the bomb, numbered 1.
Bomb?
Are you ready? I will only say this once, so pay close attention. The password to disarm the number 1 bomb is BQZ RGJ DXR.
Wonderful. Oh, okay, you're not gonna show the... BQZ. I don't know if it'll autofill in, so... And I'm not gonna take the risk. RGJ. DXR. It'll probably fill it in, but still. I had no idea what he was talking about. What bomb? Was he saying there were bombs too? If he'd guessed at my future confusion, he showed no sign of it.
That is the last of the information this message was meant to convey. Before I go, however, I have a warning. You cannot tell any of your companions what you heard or saw here. If you do, you will be penalized immediately. I hope we will meet again someday. We would have much to discuss.
Range. Wait. God dang it, you can't just spout all that crap and disappear. I found myself yelling at empty air. The hologram had disappeared. What kind of an idiot does he take me for? Termites, other dimensions, how could that have anything to do with kidnapping us? Shit. Kicked out at a nearby shelf.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Oh crap, I need to get back. Not like there's any point staying here. I spun around and ran out of the room toward the warehouse.
Grandpa! Look! Mr. Sigma's back!
Took you long enough.
Where are the others?
In the AB rooms.
They went in already?
Yep.
Why didn't you two? Have you been waiting for me?
Yeah! Grandpa said there was something he had to tell you before we voted, no matter what.
Oh.
Nothing that significant. Just wanted to tell you we're going to choose Ally this round. That's it.
And you had to tell me that no matter what? Seems kinda pointless. I mean, words are cheap. You can promise whatever you want.
True, but we've got something to back it up. Just hear me out.
Okay, go ahead.
Quark and I both have 8 BP. We're already on the home stretch. So what do we need to get to the magic number? Well, we need you to choose Ally. If you do that, it doesn't really matter to us what we pick.
You get to 9 whether you got 2 or 3 points.
Exactly. That being the case, we don't have any reason to betray you. And if we both choose Ally, we both gain points.
True, but you must have considered that I'll choose Betray. That would mean you'd choose Betray to protect yourselves.
But that's why we're telling you we won't choose Betray.
Mm-hmm.
Can I trust you?
Of course.
Alright, tell me one thing. Let's say we do this and both ally, everybody gets 2 points. That means you and Quark will have enough to leave, which is great for you. But I'll be stuck with a measly 5 points. How do I know you aren't going to just open the number 9 door and leave us in the lurch?
I can guarantee it. I can give you my word. I will not open the number 9 door, even if I have enough points to do so. I swear it. We aren't going to abandon everybody else just so we can escape.
I swear too. I promise.
Man, so all you've got is a promise, huh?
When I make a promise, I keep it. Trust me.
Please! You've got to trust us!
Alright, fine. I'll trust you.
2 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
We're counting on you, Sigma.
You gotta choose Ally! You promised!
With that, they turned and ran into the AB room second from the right. Well, guess I should get moving. Oh.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
I had a decision to make. Should I trust Quark and Tenmi OG? Well, I could believe they were telling the truth and still betray them. That would bring my BP to 6. I'd be that much closer to 9. And choosing Betray would guarantee that they wouldn't try and escape without the rest of us. Betrayal seemed like the safe bet, but...
Please! You've gotta trust us! You've gotta choose Ally! You promised!
Tenmi OG, I could betray easily enough, but Quark... What the hell was I going to do?
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now, we run an ad. So feel free to get up, stretch, grab a drink. We'll be back shortly. Alright, we're back. We got probably about 30 minutes. Maybe a little less. Oh. I trust.
Round 3 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
Yippee!
Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
They're gonna dip as soon as they get their 9.
Results from round 3 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Wow. They had more than enough points. How rude. So what, Clover, Tenmyoji, and Quark are just gonna dip?
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Hey, what the hell, guys? Why'd you betray me?
Quark had nothing to do with this. I made the vote.
Grandpa.
Alright, fine. Why'd you break your promise, Tenmyoji?
I only promised you one thing. We wouldn't open the number 9 door, even if we got 9 points.
What? So, you're not going to leave?
Not what I said. Of course we're going to leave.
What?
Look, see Clover over there?
What? Don't tell me. Nope, you just need over 9.
Oh no.
She's...
That bitch!
Wait. Quark and Tenmyoji have...
The words were barely out of her mouth when Tenmyoji and Quark ran past.
No! God damn it!
Clover, are you really going to leave?
Well, yeah. Why else would I open the door?
But why?
I'm going to go call the others, so we can capture Zero Senior.
Tenmyoji, are you and Quark going too?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Sorry, everybody.
So Sigma, happy? Kept my promise. Clover opened the door, not me.
Like hell I'm happy. That's some shady shit, Tenmyoji.
You say so. I have to get out of here, and that's that. He's gotta pay for what he's done.
He?
Zero.
You mean you know who Zero Senior is?
Yeah. No point keeping it a secret now, I suppose. I know exactly who Zero Senior is.
What?
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Let's go! Come on, guys. Time to move.
Right.
Oh, wait! This is for you, Mr. Sigma.
Quark held something out. I looked down to see 2 pieces of folded paper. What is this?
It's a letter. I wrote it in the director's office before the AB game. I wanted to tell you what kind of guy Grandpa is. So, read it, okay?
He pressed it into my hand.
See you later, Mr. Sigma.
Then he turned and ran toward the door, Tenmyoji and Clover following in his footsteps. I was so surprised by the letter that I didn't even try to stop them. Before I could think of anything to say.
See you.
Goodbye.
I'm hearing 90% of these people are selfish.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
Shit, they're gone.
All we can do now is hope they bring help back.
Indeed.
I agree.
I looked down at Quark's letter and slowly unfolded it. His handwriting was still slightly uneven, but he'd filled both pages with writing. I began to read. It was a really stormy day when he found me. He said the rain was coming down so hard it almost hurt, but somehow he managed to hear a baby crying. I guess I must have been crying pretty loud. He took me home and did his best to raise me, but he'd never been married or had a kid before, so I think it was really hard for him. He couldn't figure out how to mix the formula, so he was always carrying the directions around with him. Also, I guess I was a pretty picky eater, so if he didn't get the water to formula ratio just right, I wouldn't eat it. I guess I was kind of a pain, huh? But he didn't give up, and now here I am. When he found me, I was really small, and he was worried that I might not make it. That's why he named me Quark. Quark is a really small thing, and I was really small too. Grandpa didn't need to worry though, because it turned out that I was pretty tough. When I was 1, he forgot I was sleeping in the bed of his truck and drove off. I rolled out and went off the bag, but I didn't even get scratched. I started walking when I was 2, and when he wasn't looking, I fell down the stairs. I didn't get hurt then either. When I was 3, I got really sick. I had a super high fever for a week, but eventually I got better. I guess you could say I'm pretty lucky. Whoa. Is he the lucky student? He's gonna get locked up into a crazy school too. Anyway, I didn't really have any more accidents after that, and I was a pretty healthy kid. By the time I was 6, I'd started helping Grandpa out with his work. His job was to gather junk from abandoned buildings. Then he'd fix it up or pull out the useful parts and sell them. There were plenty of abandoned buildings, but finding good stuff in them was hard. You had to know which parts were useful, or you could end up wasting a bunch of time. Every time I'd find something, he'd explain to me what it was, how it was supposed to work, how to fix it, all sorts of things. Usually, though, I just wanted to finish up work so I could go to the theater. The theater came to our town once a week in a wagon. They'd show old news or movies. I went every single week, but Grandpa only went once in a while, and he'd only go weeks when they showed movies. Oh yeah, I didn't know that I'd been adopted until I was 7. One of the other kids on my block told me. I guess after Grandpa found me, he looked all over town to try and find somebody who'd take me. The kid from my block actually had a mom, and he'd asked her if she would take me too. I gotta admit, I was pretty shocked when I heard that. There weren't a lot of kids with parents around, so hearing that someone lived with his actual mom was pretty impressive. I was also kind of surprised that Grandpa had tried to get someone else to take me. Did that mean he didn't want me? The kid who told me about Grandpa trying to get rid of me was a real jerk. He was totally spoiled, and he bragged to everybody about how he had a mom. He'd like to come up to me while I was working and say stuff like, "Must be hard not having a mother." It never bothered me before, but after I found out that Grandpa had adopted me, I started to think that maybe he didn't really want me. If I could work on my own, then he could get rid of me. I was scared to know the truth, so I never asked him. Then one day he took me to a bar in our neighborhood. During the day, of course. He went there sometimes to drink scotch, but I'd never gone before. When we got in, he just walked up to the counter with that grumpy look he has, and I thought, oh no, he's gonna make me work here, but I was wrong. I saw him pass something to the bartender, and then he picked me up and set me down on a stool next to the counter. The stool was pretty high, especially for a 7-year-old kid, and my legs just dangled off of it. It seemed really, really high to me, and I was pretty nervous. Eventually, the bartender came back with a glass of scotch and another big glass full of something else. As I looked closer, I realized that the second glass was full of some sort of brown liquid with a scoop of ice cream in it. It took me a minute to realize what it was. A root beer float. I'd never seen one before. I was so surprised. Root beer was even more expensive than the nicest alcohol in the bar. To me and the other kids, it seemed more like an urban legend than a real drink. But there it was, right in front of me. I stared at the float. I still wasn't sure it was real at that point, and then turned to look at Grandpa. He looked back at me. I didn't know what to do, so I turned to the bartender. He'd already turned around and moved off, though, so I figured he must have put the glass down in front of me on purpose. It still didn't seem like it could be real, and I was just staring at it when Grandpa told me to hurry up and drink it before the ice cream melted. His gruff voice sounded like an angel's. "Is this really mine?" He nodded. Words can't describe how awesome it was. I'd never tasted anything like root beer before. The creamy sweetness of the ice cream made my entire head feel light. I felt like the luckiest boy in the world. That's not an exaggeration, I really thought that. The root beer float was delicious, but what made me even happier was Grandpa. When I looked over at him, he was smiling. I know that's gotta be hard for you to imagine, but he really was. Right then, I didn't care whether he'd just found me and adopted me or not. He'd bought me a root beer float. That made me way luckier than some kid who'd had a mother but had never tasted root beer. Of course, after we left the bar, he was the first kid I bragged to. So Grandpa and I were doing pretty good. Until the fight. I was in a super bad mood that day. I'd torn one of my shoes that morning, and some old drunk guy had yelled at me. All the junk I found was totally useless. The day was almost over, and I was fed up, so I just grabbed some random trash and took it back to the house. When I showed what I found to Grandpa, he frowned. He started going through each thing I'd brought back, explaining why they were all useless. I got really mad and just yelled, "I don't care." Then he got mad, and I couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I was pretty upset, and I started thinking that maybe Grandpa had only adopted me so he could raise me to work and make money for him. After a while, I went and hid in an abandoned building, but by then I'd started to calm down and think that maybe I should go back and apologize. It had started raining pretty hard though, so I decided I should wait for it to stop. But that was just an excuse. The truth was that I was nervous. Part of me knew I'd done something wrong, but I didn't want to admit it. The rain didn't stop though, so I just sat there staring out at the gloomy gray sky. I imagined Grandpa coming to get me. It kept raining all night and he never showed up. I gave up waiting and decided it was time to go home. I was about halfway there when I heard somebody groaning. First I thought I should just ignore it and not get involved, but I went over anyway, and it was Grandpa. He was totally soaked, and I could tell right away that he'd been there for a really long time. I yelled, and he opened his eyes a little bit. He smiled weakly and said he was glad I was safe. He'd spent all night out in the rain looking for me. I felt awful. Grandpa had been out in the rain looking for me so long that he'd collapsed. I was horrible. He'd heard me crying in the rain, but I hadn't heard him. As I ran to get the doctor, I promised whatever God might be listening that if they would only save Grandpa, I'd never ask for another root beer float ever again. He got a real bad fever, and his temperature wouldn't go down for days. The doctor said that if it kept up, he'd die. He died, and I'd be all alone. There wouldn't be anybody left to care about me. The thought of that happening terrified me. Fortunately, I must have passed some of my luck on to Grandpa, because a week later, his fever finally broke. I was glad he wasn't going to die, but I was also a little scared. What if he had decided he didn't want a stupid kid like me around anymore? My plan was to apologize as soon as he woke up, but when the moment came, my brain just stopped. Grandpa started to talk, and it took me a minute to realize he was apologizing. I didn't know what to think. He explained that he was an old man, and that meant he was probably going to die sooner rather than later. He was strict with me because he wanted to make sure I'd be able to make it on my own after he was gone. But maybe he'd been a little too strict. All of the things I'd worried about had been stupid and selfish. Grandpa cared about me a whole lot. He'd been worried when I ran off, and he'd gone out into the rain to look for me. I tried to apologize, but when I opened my mouth, I just started crying. I don't think I've cried that much since I was a baby. But he just smiled and patted my head. I asked him if he had ever regretted adopting me. His eyes got all wide and he said, "Of course not." He told me that he was looking for a really important lady, and because of that, he had to give up on pretty much everything else in his life. But when he took me in and started raising me, he felt like he had gotten some of what he lost back. That was when I decided I'd stay with him forever, even if he said I couldn't. Credits. Ten Myoji and yippee! We'll get that. Now we got a bad end, I bet. Well, we're just gonna skip through since we just saw most of this dialogue.
One.
Please, you
Nope, no dialogue, sorry.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I can't save him this time. Heck, fine, betray.
Round 3 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
Okay. We are going to end it here, as it's about time to end. Slightly early, but save it for next time. Alright, who we gonna raid? Thanks for hanging out, Gizmo. That's true. I mean, still kinda selfish, just leaving like that. Sure, we can rate this nerd. We're gonna raid Cajun. They're playing Phasmo. Which, spooky. Let's see. We got quite a bit done today, and I think a bunch of the stuff is unlocking. So, we'll probably do more endings, or attempt endings next time. But tomorrow is Monster Hunter with Cheese, assuming she's awake. We shall see. I don't really have much, though. Hopefully we can have a full week of streaming. We'll see. Work likes to drop semis randomly. But I don't really have much. So, thank you all for hanging out, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, evening, afternoon, morning, and I'll see you guys next time.